When I had chronic fatigue, I remember I met up with someone who, it was the first time I'd really spoken properly with someone who had chronic fatigue while I was going through it.
Right.
And they were on the other side. And even seeing that, I was still like shocked, but that's not going to happen to me. She only had it for 3 years. I'm already 3 years in.
Mm.
And I felt like she was the most similar person I could find to me, but I still felt like I couldn't relate. And
Wow.
I remember her saying, I remember this so distinctly. She said, I'm on the other side now and I learned so much. And it was such a great lesson. And I remember thinking, nothing is worth that lesson. I don't know what lessons you've learned, but this cannot be worth it. There's just no way what I'm going through can be worth it. There
Wow.
can't be any happiness on the other side. It doesn't make sense. No one can suffer this much for something good at the end. Not
Mm.
possible. I just don't believe you. And now on the other side, not that I would wish this on anyone, but the way you grow in life is through your experiences and what you can learn from them. And if everything remains stable and constant, life would be really boring. But
Mm.
unfortunately, with growth and change comes good and bad. And that was a really hard way to learn some really good life lessons. But I have come out the other side learning a lot. And I feel like the years I have now are going to be much better for it because I'm so much more self aware. I'm really grateful for my health and my
Mm.
happiness. I was so thankful I had my health. Like, I just thought, I can leave the house and go for a walk. What more do you need? There was a time where I couldn't even leave the house. Like, I couldn't get up off the couch. So
Mm.
I think it definitely gave me a different perspective. But also, I live so much more consciously. I'm so conscious about balance.
Mm.
And I feel like I'm just going to live a much healthier, happier life because of it. Even though I suffered to get this,
Mm.
there are some good things on the other side, I promise.
What I see in that, just quickly before we round this up and you can share your last thoughts with everyone, some advice, but what I see is when that girl was saying to you, there's life on the other side and da da da, you weren't looking there. You were still looking back at the old life that you'd lost.
Everything I've lost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is what we help people when, as soon as they get in the program, the first 6 weeks is we need to let go of that because that is what's holding you back. And when we shift from focusing on what we don't have to what we can do right now and what we want to move forwards to, values and vision, which you naturally did over the last 5, 7 years, 10 years, really, to what you created today, things start to shift and change. And it actually is a miracle. We see it in our program every day now. A lady from Germany just posted yesterday. She's like, oh my God, I just did my values and my vision. And I just feel so happy and content moving towards this life that I want to live. And what I see with you is what you just explained was perfect, is you were still mourning the old you, what you wanted, what you didn't have, what you wish you could have but you didn't, and then comparing to someone who's got what you want, which is so funny, which is pushing you further away from that, to finally jumping, eventually loosening that, letting go of that eventually, and then coming to the other side and then focusing on now, building the new and leaning and entering into that and ultimately creating a whole new life, brand new life for yourself.